see. And if I could, another video. Oh, there you can see it. See how the back of it has like the mesh back there. See that? Just like a radiator, got the mesh, just like a car radiator. And since this is an 8-core computer, and I plan on doing video editing and all that, I got a radiator to keep it nice and cool. Because if you don't keep your CPU nice and cool, you can destroy it. Okay, so I mean, this was probably overkill putting a radiator like this. I could have did with another type of a regular fan, but I got it at a good price because a brother knows how to bargain shop. So over here, I have memory where it says HyperX. See, so memory, and another thing about building your own computer, you could make it pretty. You see what I'm saying? So I got the white. I got white memory sticks just to make it stand out when you're looking through the glass. So these memory sticks are 8 gigs each. So I have 16 gigs here. I can add 16 more to make it 32. And the amount of memory that you can add to a computer all depends on the motherboard that you get. Some motherboards can't handle 32 gigs. Some can. Again, another advantage to building your own PC, you can control every aspect. You buy one out there that has this many gigs and all this and that they put on the box, but you can only put up to a certain amount of gigs in there, and you don't know that. You see? See, I got the white cables here. This is all me, to match the memory stick. Okay, so down here, I have 2 fans. So the way I did it is, let me see, how did I do it here? These fans here are exhaust fans, you see? So what I did is I built it so there's a nice airflow. So this fan here, let me see, how did I do this? No, the way I did it is that this fan here, it pulls in air, you see? It pulls in air from the bottom, and up here the air blows out on top over here, and this fan here blows on top. That way the air goes up and comes out, It goes up and then it goes out of these exhaust fans. So I built it in a way so there's a nice flow going in and out, so it doesn't get too hot in there. So this right here is a hard drive. I think is 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. I don't remember, that I have in there. Let's go to the front. This case, by the way, is a case that I chose. Another advantage of building a computer, you could get your own case. You see, so I've got the mics, and I got USB. I got USB 2.0 and 3.0. The difference is 3.0, you can charge like phones and stuff even while the computer is off. And 3.0 are faster. So one thing again about building your own computer, you could do something called future proofing. So if you buy a computer in a store, probably in 6 months it's going to be outdated. It's going to be an old computer. Everything in there is old. But you build your own computer, you could future proof it. So 3.0, that's going to be around for a while. Had I bought a computer in a store, it probably wouldn't have had 3.0. The motherboard that I selected, I have an 8320 microchip CPU in here now, as I mentioned. But I selected a motherboard that could take a more advanced CPU. So in a year or two from now, if I decide to keep the computer, because computers, they're current for about 2 years. After about 2 years, PCs are obsolete. It's old technology. So I got a motherboard that can take a couple more generations of CPUs. So that way in a couple years, it's still going to be pretty relevant. You see. What else can I show you? So this case, it opens up like so. And here we go. I got some more fans up in here. Okay. So, not all cases have this many places to put fans, So I selected a case that has good exhaust. Here's my DVD drive, which I need to replace. Let me see. Take you over here. Now let me take this off. Again, another good thing. Let me turn this. Another good thing about building your own case is that some cases have what's called cable management. So if you notice, when I was on the other side, you didn't see any messy cables floating around, because this particular case that I selected, let me turn the light back on, it has really good cable management. So all the cables are hidden right back here. So as you notice here, this little bitty box here, this right here is a solid state hard drive. So if you look up hard drives and you see SSD, that stands for solid state hard drives. This doesn't have any moving components. This particular one here, which is this terabyte, this is what when you open up a program, you hear that's your hard drive. You know, HDD, they call it hard disk drive, because it has an actual disk inside that spins around, and that's where it grabs the information from. This right here, solid state, there's no moving parts. There's no disk that spins around, and this is what Apple uses in their their iPods that holds like how many gigs of music. They're the first ones that started using solid state. You see what I'm saying? So I've got my operating system loaded onto the solid state. I think it's like a 250 gig, right? You don't need one that big. And you put your programs on here and your operating system, so that when you launch them, my computer takes like a couple of seconds and I'm at the screen. I'm at the login screen. I'm on my desktop, because these solid state hard drives are so fast. And I put all my programs on a solid state hard drive, so when I launch them, they launch quick. Boom, 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 like lightning. All my data, so let's say my pictures, my video clips that I use for video, I keep them here on my terabyte hard drive. I keep all my programs on this, and I keep my data, right, on here. And yeah, so let's move on. So here's the back of my computer. So it's got all these different connections. You know, your computer might have less or more connections depending on your motherboard. These connections come out of the motherboard. So I selected one that has a lot of freaking good shit on it. Move this. So this is where you plug in HDMI and your cords to go to your monitor. So this comes out from the graphics card. And then I got a bunch of other expansion slots here. So I'm gonna power up the computer, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's on. All right, so I'll be right back. Let me turn some of these lights off so you can see better. So that's my PC. This is what it looks like when it's running. So let me. And yeah, so I chose a blue, you know, for my colors. And when the lights are off and this is running, it looks really nice. That Corsair, that's the radiator. It's lit up, and I could change the color. I could change it from blue to red to yellow, whatever the hell color I want. So yeah, brothers, so this is it. There's my fans. Again, right there. Yeah, so. And I got the white memory stick, the white cord. Yeah. So only thing I need to change on here is the radiator, the fans that came with the radiator. They're a little loud, you know, for my taste. So I'm gonna change those out. Those fans right there, I'm gonna change them out. They're a little loud for my taste. And that's it. So like I said, I'll do more videos. And if you have any questions, or anything you want me to do a specific video on, send me a message. So with that, shalom.